Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 22 video, and today guys I'm going to be showing you on how to complete the new high tier icon SBC Emmanuel Petit, his mid icon card. Certainly, at least in my personal opinion, by far the best icon SBC that we've had so far in FIFA 22. Much better than the first set of icons closer in a culture that I didn't rate too much. Beckham, who's kind of either you really like him or you don't. Petr Cech, he's nice, but he's only a goalkeeper ultimately. Emmanuel Petit's fantastic and ultimately is very, very good value for money. If we have a footbin at the moment instead of what SBC is coming in at, I don't think EA, I don't think footbin have been actually able to calculate a price for them at the moment. But I'm going to be showing you guys the best way that you're going to be able to get this card for at least as cheap as possible. Now, if you wanted to buy this card off the market, it's going to cost you basically 600,000 coins, and we know that certainly to be able to get high rated players into your club this year is quite easy. To actually kind of generate coins and to be able to keep a massive coin balance with you isn't quite so easy. But yeah, I mean, this is going to necessarily involve having loads of coins. It's about being able to collect players to go and then put into these SBCs and ultimately make it as cheap as possible. Now, the really good thing about this SBC is as well, for the three biggest segments to this SBC, they do not require any informs, which is fantastic. Usually if they obviously require informs, especially like an 87 rated squad, an 87 rated inform typically does cost quite a lot of coins. So if you were to go and put in a lower rated inform, you'd then maybe have to go through a few 88 rated gold cards. Now, the fact that in the biggest three segments that there's no informs needed, it is fantastic. And in general, only 3 informs are needed. The first one coming in the 85 rated squad, the second one coming in an 83 rated squad, and then the third and final one coming in an 82 rated squad. And what you'll also notice is you don't necessarily have to put Team of the Week players in there. You can also put for champion players in there. So first of all, obviously by playing for champions, this is going to help massively, because first of all, in for champions, it's very easy to get towards one of the ranks where you're guaranteed a premium Team of the Week pack that gives you free informs every single once you're is it like one? No, once you finish for champions, you actually get your free informs, and obviously you can save that pack, can't you, or you can just open it straight away. So once you're finished with your FUT champion rewards, if you were playing for champions this weekend, your premium Team of the Week pack, if you're able to reach that rank, which isn't necessarily too hard, I think you only need like 7 or 8 wins from your 20 games, which is actually very, very easy to be able to do, then you're guaranteed free Team of the Week cards to go and put into those SBCs, which is fantastic. Or ultimately, if you get some red player pick cards that you're not too interested in, but maybe carry a little bit of a decent high rating, they're going to be useful in this one if you don't have Team of the Week players to put into. So that's already going to be a good way to be able to do it. The other way is also through what is this little mini FUT series promo at the moment with Squad Foundation. So obviously I know that some people kind of like to collect cards in this game and keep them in the club, but ultimately, in my personal opinion, if you're not going to be using a full Eredivisie team, then it's good to be able to work towards these cards, then go and throw them into the SBC. So obviously with Milestones right now, we did have the Macintosh card, which actually doesn't require too much effort to be able to get, and at the end of it, you get an 86 rated card that can go into one of the SBC segments. An 86 rated card will cost you between 17 to 18,000 coins, so you're going to be able to save quite a bit of coins just by going and doing that one particular SBC, that one particular milestone objective. And it's the same as all the other ones here. For completing the other set of Squad Foundations, you're going to get 184 rated player, which is maybe a player that you'd want to keep because he's only 84 rated, but then you also get 285 rated players, and obviously this goalkeeper from Feyenoord might be, all you have to do is go and score 8 goals. And it can just be done. They don't have to be done in separate games. It can just be done in 8 matches. Are too many people bothered about having, unless you're a Feyenoord fan, are you that bothered about using this 85 rated goalkeeper? You might not be. So this 85 rated goalkeeper could save you like a good 8 to 9,000 coins over by throwing him into one of the Emmanuel Petit SBC segments. So it's another very, very good way just to be able to save some more coins. And another thing is as well, you don't have to worry, about completing this card in like the next 3 days or whatever, like a lot of these other SBCs typically are, where they're only valid for like a certain number of times. These ones are going to be basically here for the next month of the whole game cycle. And in between that time, you can pretty much guarantee to yourself that we are going to be getting, especially with Black Friday next week, we're going to be getting so many more good pack offers, and we're also going to be getting as well so many more really, really cool, either player pick SBC for gold cards or just, 78 plus packs in general. So basically a lot more better upgrade packs rather than the standard ones as well. It's a card that if you want to go and do it cheap right now, you might have to still go and buy players, but ultimately you got 30 or 29 days to be able to do him. If you don't want to rush, this is a card that through, grinding some of the objectives, grinding the upgrade packs as they come out, it's a card they're going to be able to do for very, very cheap. And another way as well is through the League SBCs, in particular with the Premier League as well, because for completing your 4 segments every single time, you're going to get yourself a 50k pack, which obviously also will contain at least an 83 rated in each one of them. And again, these are actually very easy to be able to complete as well. The hardest one is probably the first segment where you need either 7 bronze or silver cards, but even that one isn't this particular League SBC is extremely easy to grind. You could easily grind these League SBCs to go and complete this Icon SBC. Also, maybe going in and some of the cards that you're not necessarily too bothered about keeping from the objectives tab as well for some of the squad foundations, like, for example, that goalkeeper for the not for the David Neres, because that would be someone you'd want to keep, but also for the match card, as well. So there are a lot of ways that you can get this card cheap. You might not. I'm not saying that you could go and get this card very cheap right this second, but ultimately with the SBC being available for the next 29 days, this is this is the perfect pathway to be able to go and complete this card for as cheap as possible by what I just said. Yeah, sure, it might take a few days to be able to go and do that, but ultimately you're going to get yourself an 88 rated Emmanuel Petit, who even in like the next 2 months of this game cycle is still going to be an insane card in this game. I've already reviewed him myself on my channel this year. He is fantastic. He's one of my favorite icons, so I think that's a pretty good way to go about it, to be able to get this card for as cheap as possible. It's a card that with what's on offer right now, and with definitely more upgrade packs to come before this SBC expires, it's a card that you can get for almost next to nothing if you basically do what I've said and follow that particular system. But anyway, guys, that will finish off this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.